All right, what's up? This is Neomustangs. This is my live chat. I usually do this once a week on Sundays. First things first, drop that like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that like on the way in, way out. If you're new to the channel, this is a Fox Body Mustang channel. We stream in OBS, so if you see the thing buffer a little bit, I wouldn't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The stream doesn't kick out like it would on the YouTube encoder. So just stay with me and it'll continue to buffer. It'll be fine. So if you enjoy my content, you want to give something back to the channel, we have a club membership. It's in the link below, up above. And if you see some of the guys in the green chat, they're a part of that club membership. Also have t-shirts for sale as well too. So yeehaw, let's get into it. First things first, we hit 10,000 subscribers yesterday, which is a really cool feat for this. I never thought I'd actually make it that far, to be honest with you. I mean, I knew that we had good content, and you know, we've had good content in the past, but it's just like, you know, I never would have thought that I would have had a YouTube channel in this genre at 10K, which is crazy. I mean, so all you guys out there that's doing a YouTube channel, make sure you guys, you know, don't give up on your, don't sleep on the channel. It's just takes a while to get there, and I'm still small fish compared to some of the others. So, anyway, what's up, Pat? What's up, Mod Motor? What's up, Pitsky? Stangman 78. Is moving the battery to the rear of the car worth it? Not really. I still got the battery in the front of Black Car here, so I had it in the front of Black Car when it was running 950s. So I guess it's just where you want it. I think you have to move it after you run. There's an IHRA, or I don't know. There is a specific, you know, a specific. You go too fast, you got to move it, if I remember correctly. And you got to have an on-off switch with the tank or the battery and everything. I don't know. What's up, TB Jones? How you doing? So we were at the dyno yesterday, and I'm not going to give away any of my little cookies from the dyno, but we took Dad's car back to the dyno. It was a pretty good day. Needless to say, I guess you're going to have to wait till later on in the week to find out if it got blown up or not, but it was a very interesting day. I know I owe y'all a burnout. So that's coming tomorrow. I'm not going to do it here in my garage. Just, I don't want to go through my door. But what's up, Roy Gustafson? Thank you. Yes, 10K, buddy. Arkansas. Woo! Hey, man, it's cold over here. I'm in Ohio, and it's like 35 degrees. It's dark at like 5 o'clock, 4:30 or something like that. So you see her, she says, the Black Car sitting over here in the lift, doing some work to it. Picked up some needed parts today from my buddy Mike. What's up, Jim Lawrence? Thank y'all. Make sure you hit that like coming in. Hit that 10K subs. I should be able to have t-shirts up on my videos soon if any of you guys are interested. I got a link up top to the Teespring if you want to support the t-shirts. If not, it's not a big deal. But I plan on doing hats. I'm going to be doing the Richardson hat or the trucker hat, I call it. And I'm going to be doing like the Neomustangs logo here, like I have here on my shirt. So I'm going to be doing some really cool stuff with Teespring soon. You know, when you do all this stuff yourself, there's like a learning curve, so it really sucks. But it's not too bad. Pitsky, any opinions on the new Nitto 555R2s? I haven't even had a chance to try those yet, to be honest with you. But those are a tire that I've been looking at as well. So I definitely will give you some sort of feedback on it soon. As soon as this weather clears or whatever. What's up, cousin Paul? I have the same ARP bolts as Brutal. What is safe boost level without popping a head gasket? Listen, I don't do any boost legitimately without head studs. Now, ain't nothing wrong with our ARP head bolts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it's a proven fact that I guess a safe boost level would be 10 to 12. And to be honest with you, Brutal actually shows you that you don't really need head studs, because I think he was at like a 14 or 15 for a while before he popped a head gasket. Head gasket, a lot of the reason why head gaskets pop has to do with, you know, tune, detonation, fuel. There's other things involved. I mean, the bolts themselves aren't going to be the saving grace of all of it. Aren't going to erase the fact you might be running shitty fuel, or your timing's off, or your tune's off, or whatever. So, however, if you're going to have a choice between the two, ARP head studs, end of story. You got it? Thanks, Minnie. VRM, what's up? G-Funk in the house. Thanks, G-Funk. Yeah, definitely in this genre of, you know, Fox Body Mustangs, and just like a car enthusiast niche channel, to hit 10K is something I never thought I would do. And I set out on a path, and this was a long-term path from early to 2019. I set goals. I said to myself, I'm going to post a video at least once a week, and I'm going to try to live stream eventually when I get everything set up. And, you know, I just love doing what I do, and I love beating the crap out of my cars and fixing them and beating the crap out of them, rinse and repeat, break, fix, whatever. So I've been putting a lot more on camera this past year. And, you know, it's definitely not the type of genre like gaming. I mean, gaming is like ridiculous. I mean, you'll be 50K subs as there are 10K. You see what I mean? It's ridiculous. But if you watch some of their videos, they don't get near, you know, they don't get as much views as we do, so. Pitsky, hey Neo, sorry for all the questions. What's a good feeling on going to aluminum drive shaft? Always aluminum drive. If you got the opportunity to go aluminum drive shaft, go aluminum drive shaft. Absolutely. It's lighter, it's safer, stronger. You know what I mean? It's more forgiving. What spark plugs would you use in TrickFlow 11R with boost? Probably the BK6s. Depends on how much boost you're gonna run. BK7 REYs or the BK6 REYs. BK6 is kind of like a colder plug for NGK, but that's what I run on my AFRs, and I'm pretty sure it's the same thing you can run in the 11Rs. David Crow, Tremec came out of new 5-speed. Yeah, I'm on the list for that. Actually, me and Andrew Hanlon recently were talking about the TKX quite a bit, because his dad and I are going to collaborate and get together on a live stream. We're going to talk about the TKX soon, I think, if Andrew Hanlon gets in here. And me and the Hanlon crew are going to get my face plates fixed. Might have to put the T56 in here, going a little off topic, because the 363 is in here. We're going to run NA, shoot for 10s, and we're going to spray the piss out of it. Not per se the piss out of it, but we're gonna probably drop a 200 shot at it. Nathan Tuck, is the 10K burnout night? No, this isn't tonight, Nathan. 10K isn't tonight. I've already done the burnout. It wasn't really dope, but there's a reason why. I feel bad for my dad's car that I had to abuse it for a minute or two, but you know, I put it in a video. Let's put it that way. I can't do it in the shop because I'm not going to do it in the shop. That's ridiculous. And we got snow on the ground outside. But where I went didn't have any snow, and it was a big parking lot, so it was kind of cool. SJM Racing, what's your thoughts on doing a Holley Sniper EF5? Why not the Terminator X? Lynn Twin Custom, thank you on the congrats. Yeah, the TKX, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Just because it's new, don't mean it's better. Like the TKX is I think it's a little smaller, if I'm not correct. But I'm not here to talk a bunch of shit about it. But I can tell you that things that are new aren't always better. It's still only rated for 600, which the TKO 600 has always been rated at 600. And I got one sitting in parts back there. So I'm pretty sure if I was to put a TKX in this car, naturally aspirated on a little shot, I'd throw that thing out the back of the car. That's why I got an extra T56 Magnum sitting over here, because I know that thing will handle 1,000. So it's because it's new, to be honest with you. I won't believe until I can beat the crap out of one, and spray on it and turbo on it. I want to see how that thing shifts under load. You know what I'm saying? 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. You know what I mean? I went to check out the TKX. Okay. Nathan Tuck, tell me what's the solution for the 2,000 RPM exhaust drone? What do you mean by that? Exhaust drone? You know, where it comes up and then comes back down? Nathan Tuck, that's right, Dan. You said you would. Yeah, I have a burnout set up. I have a video for you guys for the burnout. But I don't have a car to do it in right now. I could just tell you that. We did do it before, and I did it last night. I couldn't do it live on my phone because my phone doesn't have reception there. So no excuses. I've done a burnout for you guys, and I will snow on the ground, get you a burnout in live on a better time. So don't be mad at me. I want to hear it. It's more of a safety issue than it is anything. Oops. So as far as the OBS is concerned and the chat's probably 6 or 7, 8 seconds behind. So if I don't answer your question right off the bat, then I apologize. So what else we got going on? So what else is new? We did go to the dyno yesterday, and we did do good. But you know me, I just like to break shit. So what we got in chat here? Let me catch up real quick. Participants. Right. Thank you, Green Fox 363. I appreciate that. So, what do we have coming up in this week's video? I got a killer little sweet little short video tomorrow on the burnout. I was gonna release it last night, but it was too late. So I figured I would just wait till Monday because I would just talk to you guys on live stream. I was hoping to actually have the white car finished to do a pretty cool burnout, but that kind of didn't work out either. But we got that video coming out this week. We got the we went and seen a friend of mine, Mustang Mike. That's a pretty long video, but it's kind of something that you guys can watch. Probably something I'll release in the middle of the week. And of course, we went to the dyno and Supercharger versus Nitrous. That video is coming on Dad's car, and I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed. What's up, Josh? What we got in the cup? Little 10K. Actually, it's just ground coffee, my man. I appreciate that, Sean. I seen you wanted to set your car on fire, G-Funk. That's funny. I don't know how many times I said that to Cousin Paul. Just like looked at him and said, I'm about to set this car on fire. But, Pitsky, I have Flowmaster 2 chambers from the 90s. My car is NA. 11R heads, N41 cam, and Holley System X 2. Is there any power going to straight through the muffler with 3-inch? If it's a stock bottom end car, 3-inch is too big. I mean, honestly, 2.5 has got a nice, it's got a nice sound to it. It's got good back pressure. You see what I'm saying? Like my 363 needs 3-inch exhaust and that's kind of like, your 302 is like your 2 1/4, 2.5 inch. Your strokers are definitely at least 2.5 inch. You might get a little bit better with 3, but you could actually hurt the performance of your engine if your exhaust is too big. What's up, Adrenocide? Smurf it. Hey, 10K, yo, what's up? Finally, Christmas wrapped up. Get back to Smurf Project this week. Let's go. Yeah, I put exhausts on cars, stock bottom end 302, 306, 331, and put 3-inch exhaust on it, and it just, the back pressure wasn't there. It made less horsepower. 3-inch is also harder to fit under a Mustang. Well, yeah, I get that. We have a set of Bassanis we just picked up. I kind of let the cat out of the bag there, but we got a set of Bassanis we picked up from Mustang Mike that were on my black coupe. If you guys have watched my videos with my black coupe, and we're gonna send them. I mean, they're not the perfect shape, but that's okay. They were free, and Mike wasn't using them, and we haven't had them on a car since the GBH, the black coupe, was out. So, you know, we got rid of that car a while back because it had rust problems. Like, it was rusting in areas that it shouldn't have been. It was ridiculous. But, you know, we didn't feel safe going 9s in that car anymore, so we got rid of that coupe. But it's long tube headers we had on there. I brought them home for the 363, which were actually on the 363 when Mike owned it the very first time. So, what's up, Blue Collar Fox? Hey, I'm still trying to build that. Me and Cousin Paul, Cousin Fred got this all framed out. It's going to be 20 by 20 by 15. We're gonna paint Smurf's car here, or Cousin Sandy. Yeah, you're welcome, Pitsky. Anytime, brother. Thank you, David Crow. Caleb got the 3-inch cooks and what? The Coyote. Congrats on 10K. Anybody see me win a cam on Richard Holdner's live stream last night? What? Which one did you win? That's awesome. He's going to go West Tech and grab me a cam. Hope it's a good one. Yeah, I hope it's not one of them ones that's sitting on the shelf forever. My 331 will have 3-inch on it. So, Holdner has a live stream? I wasn't even paying attention. I subbed to him, but I never seen it. What's up, Donnie B? Welcome. Just started working on the Fox fuel system finally. There we go. Doing that mod, that wiring mod. If you guys haven't had a chance to go check out a couple of the people here in chat, Blue Collar Fox has a YouTube channel. I think you post up videos pretty frequently. G-Funk Express, he posts up like twice a week and even live streams on Friday night. And of course, Donnie B, which is the manager, or one of them, I think, right, Donnie? At Anderson Ford Motorsport. So make sure you guys go check out their channels. And they're feel free to link in here, I don't care. At what point do bigger rear tires hurt you due to extra weight? I have 275s right now. I might go a bit wider. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you, Pitsky. That's really I don't know who would have said that, but the extra weight, no way. 275s, if you're going to go, I got 315s on the black car back here. And it sits nice and tight, you can see. But, you know, I wouldn't say it's more weight. So, Alex North, what's up, brother? Nothing like a good Sunday night putting together this PETA Power Wheels. Watching. You're putting together a Power Wheels? I don't wish that on nobody. I love it. That's awesome. I've had to do that. Man, I hate Power Wheels. I'll pull an engine out of a Fox body 10 times and twice on Sundays before I have to put a Hot Wheels together, man. I'm doing the fuel pump wiring mod, figure out the Terminator X hook. You know, he just, my buddy Mustang Mike just showed me his Terminator X he has for the, for his on-3 turbo kit that he's putting in a customer's car, and it looks pretty spiffy. Eventually, probably by Fox Takeover in May, I'll probably end up putting a Holley Terminator X in not only the black car, but the white car. Now, I want y'all to know that I'm not giving up on stock bottom end shit just because I got a 363 and just because I got a big 408 Windsor. You know what I mean? So I want nobody to think that this channel's went a different direction, because it hasn't. Because that's exactly why Dad's car is still where it's at. You know what I mean? That's exactly why we're gonna... It's exactly what we're doing over here. What's up, GSF 420? Welcome to the live channel. Appreciate you and your channel membership. What's cracking, Jody? Two Rhinos, thank you for the congrats. My favorite cam was Century. Alex North, absolutely hating. Hey, when all else fails, read the directions. Green Fox 363, Donnie B has some good knowledge on Vortec. Recently advised me on a V1 Ti trim and instantly installing it this week. That's good. He knows his shit. You know, I still haven't even cracked his box open for Mr. Freeze, but we just finished the video. We got a Supercharger versus Nitrous video on Dad's car that's coming out end of this week. I got to edit a bunch of shit. I mean, we made 10 pulls on the dyno. I mean, we kept boosting and spraying and boosting, and we didn't give a shit. And dude, we're talking about a stock motor. You guys, I know you guys like Dad's car shit. I know you guys do. And I did a burnout with that thing. I feel bad for that. That's a junkyard motor. Me and Cousin Paul and Cousin Fred pulled it out of a car. We're like, oh, that'll do. Because Dad's car will never be anything special. So we're going to put this motor in. I don't care if it makes any noise, and, you know, as long as it isn't crazy. And we're just going to send it. That's what I'm talking about with that keep it stupid simple. Because that motor with stock head bolts has seen more boost in nitrous than most motors see on a daily basis. It's crazy. That's it, Len Twin. Let me catch up. I'm doing my Terminator. Okay, so boost that power wheels. 400 rear wheel. I'll see you on the side. Next thing you know, there will be an LS in it. What? That's blasphemy, bro. CMD Project Shop. What's your thoughts on a twin turbo Fox body, and would you build a first gen Lightning? I would never touch a Lightning. Not because I don't like them. I'm just not interested in Lightning at all. The only thing I'm interested in Lightning is the engine, and I know the engines, the Lightning engines are pretty dope. So, as far as a twin turbo, what's my thoughts on a twin turbo Fox? If you go big cube Windsor, 427, 408, something crazy, 392, yeah, I'd go twin. Maybe, like I could do that something like on my white car. But I already got a big baller ass turbo kit. If you haven't seen my latest video on Friday. And there's no reason for twins if you don't have to. You know what I mean? One big turbo. Mustang Mike was telling me, you know, hey, just take my 80 millimeter VS Racing or whatever it was, you know, knockoff turbo and put it on white car. So that's not out of the bag yet. Lynn Twin, Dad's car is a small block mule. That's exactly it too. And I'm having all kind of fun with it. Super Lemon. Dude, I'm telling you, Lynn Twin, I'm telling you. Like, that motor legitimately looked like crap. We put it on a stand, we cleaned it up, we threw it in the car, we didn't expect to do shit with it. Next thing you know, this whole mess started in March with the COVID and stuff, and then I'm like, well, I need some, you know, I was waiting for parts on this car, and I was waiting for parts on the white car, and I'm like, well, this car, you know, let's just do some shit on Dad's car. I have no idea how that motor hasn't laid a rod down. The brand new wiring harness that comes with the Terminator is nice, yes. Jody, your channel is so good. Glad we have you. I appreciate you, Jody. I'm glad you say that. That makes me feel better. I put LiPo battery from my remote control car in my kid's Silverado Hot Wheels. It's definitely faster. You know what? I actually put the, I bought a new tractor, lawnmower battery, like the bigger ones. And I put him in my son's little F-150. That thing was, I don't know how that motor didn't burn up in the wheels. Roy Gustafson, no fear. What up? Carlos Yonkers, no one warned me the depression that sets in once you lock your Fox in the winter. You know, it doesn't have to be like that, bro. I mean, if you got a garage, you could go out there and do the little knick-knack stuff that, you know, that Fox bodies are notorious for, like the ashtray console and the dash vents. God, there's a bunch of shit. There's a bunch of nickel-dime stuff that you can do to your car. Headlights, taillights. You know, you can bump the car out. TB Jones, so I changed my cam from a cam to an E-cam in the 93 vert, and now my valve cover will not go back on. Do you need to get one of those rod checkers, or? Okay, so you changed from a stock cam to an E-cam. I didn't get the A-cam. Oh, or you don't know what cam it was. Pitsky, I run an AC cars with 70-inch short belt. My current car has no AC. Can I run the 70 short belt turning the water pump in the wrong direction? Only strip use? It's a good question. So I run AC cars with 70, bypassing AC and power steering. My current car has no AC or power steering, right? Alex North, that nitrous works. I'm the one who comment on your other video about spraying 200 shot in my mostly stock motor. My buddy runs a Supercharger and a 100 shot to keep it cool. Runs 1060s. It's kind of funny you say that. That's all I'm saying, Alex. That's all I'm saying right now. Sugar Lemon, G-Funk install isn't all that fun, but it's worthwhile. Jody, finally got my startup tune loaded up with my hydraulic clutch. Fine-tune exhaust going in this week. Nice. Good. David Moss, rear gear suggestion for a turbo 306 T56. You could do 373, or what first gear is that, David? If that's a if that's the 266, I would run a 373. If that's the 295 first gear of T56, just stick with the 355. You can run 373 too, though, because you got an extra gear, remember. And those ratios are a little different in second and third. Matt Fonte, I want to see 393 Windsor with 302 pistons and football rods, maybe on 3. I want to see a... So you're talking about... Now, let's pause for a second here, chat. Matt Fonte was saying, I want to see a 392 Windsor with 302 pistons and football rods, maybe on 3. Okay, check it out. What I get from that comment is the fact that, yes, you can achieve something close to that, but you can't do it with football rods. Let me explain. You guys can build what I call a poor man's stroker. If you have a 351 Windsor that is got a good stock bore, something that we can hone, not have to bore. You can take your Fox body stock forged pistons, pop the pins out of them, and you could go buy a cheap cast nodular crank or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's the same as a 408 stroker crank. And you have to run a specific rod, and I don't think it's factory. But you can buy a cheap set of rods or a cheap crank, and you can build yourself a stroker, a 387, I think it's called, because it's a stock bore, because 393 would be a 30 over bore. It's not a 408 stroker crank. It's, I can't remember. But there's a cheap way. It's a poor man's stroker. You could build like a 408 powered 351 Windsor if you found a good factory, good 4-inch bore that that could just be honed. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back. Still waiting on Team Z stuff. Still Adrenacyde. G-Funk. Super Lemon learning a lot with regular guys' garage and Leech Sports. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good garage. I don't get a lot of time to see a lot of the other content on YouTube. I do follow, you know, my normal channels that I usually shout out. But, you know, with the dyno and racing and here at my Neo Mustangs, you know, it's kind of, I kind of don't get a chance to have to reach out too much. Going back. What winter build is time? Okay, so winter build time. Don't know what cam it was, but I don't know why. So you can't get your valve cover on. Is the rockers hitting it? Is it hitting the baffle? Pitsky, Carlos, I'm in Alberta, Canada. Snow on the ground. My car is up on jacks. Still working on it. Nick next up like 3 hours trying to thread bolts into a bent speed. You talking about your hood hinges? G-Funk? The new billet 90 degree oil filter housing adapters seem to be in stock on a lot of websites now, in case anyone has been waiting for one. Is that the same one that the Explorer had? Pitt, all snow melted in Ontario. Pitsky, wish I had the setup. David Crow, just ordered the 7.5 screen for Holly. Now, you know what would be cool? You guys see, I'm sure you guys have, some of you guys have subbed, but 417 Fox did the, he did the relocation heater slash mod. I think I will get that from him. And I think I will put the Holly display in down by my shifter. Out of an 04 Cobra was the car I went, okay, not even gonna lie, Nitrous scares me. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, Nitrous is a torque monster. End of story. David Kretz, I don't know what happened to my membership, but I changed cards and it won't let me re-up my membership. Hey, don't worry about it, Robert. That's all right. If you continue to have more problems, just email me and I'll get a hold of YouTube and I'll fix it for you. Or at least I'll try. But I appreciate the super chat. The super chat, Robert. You know, it's guys like you that make this little dream come true. Make it worthwhile. I would do it for free, but I'm not saying that. But what's up, T-Web? I appreciate the 10K shout out. Super Lemon, G-Funk. If you're on Facebook, check out Ford Holly Terminator X Facebook. Lots of good info. Dude, can't stay on long. Just wanted to say congrats. I appreciate you stopping in, C Stacker. Thank you for giving me that shout out. JK, are the crank and rods out of Explorers the same? No. Okay, so the Fox body rods are actually D10E rods. They're an old 60s, 70s design or whatever, but they're still good rods. There's a lot of nickel in those rods, and actually the rods in Fox bodies are forged as well. Now, the Explorer one are not. The Explorer one had the hyper-eutectic piston, and it had the F1 OE rod, if I remember correctly. But it's got an F1 rod cap, and it's not the same, but if you're asking if they're the same because you want to put it in another motor, they weigh the same. As far as gram weight is concerned, a Fox body piston rod and cap is the same gram weight as an Explorer hyper-eutectic rod and cap. Just so you guys know. What's a better NA setup? Jim Lawrence. It's Save 6. What's up, dude? TB Jones, it's not hitting the baffle. The rocker is hitting. Can't get the cove to sit. Wow. But it worked before. Dude, so you changed push rods. That's all you changed. Thomas Moorfield, sub. Hope all is well. Congrats on the subs. Ever explain how to shift into second on an AOD? Mostly probably no. Probably good to teach the younger guys. Okay. 460 is too heavy, even with aluminum heads. Robert Kurtz, I finally bought a 95 3051 roller. I think 94 was the first year for the roller. Because that was, am I right? Now I can put a 302 in my daily driver. 94 F-150. Nice. GSF, got to run, bud. Congrats on the milestone. Dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate you dropping in, and I appreciate your club membership, GSF. You have yourself a good night. I'll see you soon. JK, the weight was next question. Any reviews on the new TKX in the car? Really tempted to buy one. Like I said, I'm on a list to get the TKX. And I'm pretty sure, I appreciate you, GSF, with the super chat. I'll probably see you after Christmas, so you have yourself a Merry Christmas and be safe. That goes for all y'all that's coming in and out. Make sure you guys hit that like. I appreciate everybody. Shuttle ship, that's right. FT4E block. That's what I thought it was, Adrenoside. I thought it was F4, isn't it F4TE? It's F4TE, isn't it? Okay, so like I said, I'm on a list to get the TKX. Nobody's got them except for the big people on the hill, right? So, God forbid they give me a TKX. I'll break that shit. But, I mean, you kind of want that, don't you? I mean, being you want people to go out there and see what their real limits are. Robert Kurtz, I asked you the other night. Right, I thought it was an F4TE. So did you open up the intake and it had the bone retainer in it, Robert? Cheese grater cheesehead. What's happening, man? I ain't seen you in a while, or at least I ain't seen your comments. Good to see you again. It's Save 6. Can we get Brutal to stop blowing head gaskets? I mean, I don't know why he won't go head studs. I mean, it's just a preference thing. I can't tell him to do it. You know, I mean, Brutal's his own channel. You know, he can't, you know, I'm not going to tell, he's a friend of mine. You know, he doesn't want to hear it, and that's cool. I mean, I think he's fine if he turns the boost down a little bit. You know, 10, 12 pounds will run ARP head bolts, no problem. But, you know, head studs just give you that little extra peace of mind when you're turning the boost up. But, you know, I appreciate him and his channel and what he does with Calypso clone, so. SVT Bird 96, just bought my Christmas present to myself. That's what I'm talking about. Aluminum 4.6 with an SVO blower. Gonna add cams, water mat, long tubes, turn up the boost. Jesus. Send it. I'm pretty sure F4TE is correct. That's correct. Neo will give it hell. Dude, I will break it. I told LMR. I told my man Hanlon, which I'm being nice. I'm not being rude. I told Donnie B, if he's still in chat, I said, you send me stuff, and I'm going to push its limits. I got a dyno down the street, and we'll have all kind of damn fun with it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I changed was the cam. So I just can't figure out why your valve cover goes on. So if you change the cam, you don't know what the cam, it wasn't a stock cam, but you went to an E-cam, and now you have, all of a sudden, you have valve cover issues. It's got to be pushed. Did you put the stock push rods back in? Neo, Pitsky, sorry I didn't frame my question better. What we got here? When I run a short belt, it is okay to turn the water pump in the reverse direction only at the strip. Yeah, as long as it's in the right direction. Okay, him at the figured he'd be here. Robert Kurtz, yeah, I know, but this is the one that happened in my face. Only 695 low miles. Nice. Brutal is doing a 363 dart mower anyways. The current fix is just to get it running again. Well, he said in some of his live chats, and I'm not going to hold him to what he said, but I know he's a stock bottom end man at heart. And I know he's just like I am with Dad's car. It's just like I got this crazy crap going on with the black car and even crazier shit going on with my white car. But that shit gets boring to me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I mean, this stuff is just nuts because it's money. I don't make enough money on YouTube to be supporting what the hell this thing's got, let alone the white car. You see what I mean? So I like to take some of the YouTube money that I get and throw it in my dad's car, and we blow that shit up. And if we blow it up, I got a block sitting right there. If you watched my video from Friday, we're about to prep another block for that. Because you know what? I'm going to spray the shit out of that stock motor. It's either going to blow, or it's going to split, or it's going to look at me and laugh and say, I'm ready for next year. And I think he feels the same way about stock bottom end stuff. You know, he likes stock bottom end stuff because it relates to all y'all. Because it's just like, you know, you don't have to go out there and spend a gazillion dollars like I did on these cars to have fun with your car. You see what I mean? And I think he's pretty passionate about that too. Donnie B, do it, push, let's see what it does. That's right. Actually, you'd be impressed with how much power it made yesterday over what it made before. I think running short bell, okay. Thomas Moorfield. The new 7.3 is on the list. That's a good motor. Do y'all see that thing make 1100 unsealed? Sealed with twins? Yes, stock rods went back in. Dad's car makes great content. I appreciate that, Adrenocide. And I got a good, I don't know if I'm going to split this video up or not, but we got so much content on Dad's car yesterday. I mean, I can make a video about going back to the dyno with Dad's car in a supercharger. You know, I still got to put Donnie B's freeze kit on and beat the crap out of it, see if it makes a little more power. You know, we did the nitrous stuff. Have you guys ever seen the GT40 Big Shot dual solenoid nitrous kit? Fogger kit? Yeah, I got that. That's on the list. I saved 6. I love the stock stuff. I appreciate that. I do too. Once you have a lot of cash in the car and break it, you definitely feel more upset. That's correct. Break it until you make it. Send it till you bend it, Andy. Team Z has a K member kit for, oh, okay. It seems like you're having most fun with that car too. Yep. I don't know what kit it is, Adrenocide, but it's the GT40. Some of y'all ain't never seen that shit. It's got a phenolic spacer. It's about 1/2 inch big. It's got a line of nitrous running through it. It's specifically designed for the GT40 upper to lower. And it's got 2 solenoids on each side. It's got 4 lines going in. It's a wet shot kit. The smallest you could shoot on that thing is 150. We got that sumbitch loaded at 2 1/4 right now because the last time it got shot, it was shot on the black turbo car, or the black coupe, not that one, the black coupe when it had a GT40 intake on it. So we dug that thing out, blew all the dust off of it, looked at the kit and said, we're going to put this on Dad's car. Come on, I'm having fun with an AOD, multicolored twisted car. Can't wait for the new one finished. Well, you got to get over here and help me finish that frame, Smurf it. We got to build a 20 by 15 by 20 frame like Blue Collar Fox did in his videos. Robert Kretz, I was 351 or 347 stroker. This was cheaper. I'm looking for all the swap stuff used. If you or your peeps have anything, yeah, go ahead and send me another email, Robert. I'll take care of you. Frogman, old school NOS kit plate. That's right. I think it's like a Fogger kit plate, but the least you can shoot at that thing was like 2 1/4 or 150. So it like starts where most single nozzles start to go out, because I think single nozzles are like 150, 200. I'm still learning this nitrous shit, but Mike is a nitrous he-man, bro. VRM, I'm tempted to buy a small nitrous kit on my car and see if the 100 shot will give me in the 10s. Pitsky, when running modern street drag radials, do they like low pressure like the old bias? If not, what range? 18 pounds. 17, 18 pounds is a good pound range for a radial. Always been that way. I got a guy that makes 2K. Good friend of mine makes 2K, and that's about what he puts at it. Like I drive around on my radials all year long. I'm 20, so. Josh Schieber, 5.0 Tussin did that Trojan horse build on his channel a few years ago. He did the GT40 kit plate. Who discontinued? Yeah. How long's that GT40 plate kit been discontinued? Because I ain't seen nobody sell that in years. Oh, I appreciate you, JK, with the super chat, $5 super chat. You're welcome, Pitsky. SVT Bird. Then again, this year, late last year, I remember. SVT Bird 96. I think Venom makes that GT40 Nitrous kit currently. I remember looking at them on the other T-Bird. That one has an Explorer motor in it. Interesting. I'm going to look that up really quick. Would you say Venom? Let's look that up. Yeah, I haven't seen somebody, like, if these solenoids go out, I'm screwed. Like, these are a completely different solenoid. You know what I mean? It's crazy. They went out in 2005. Wow. Wow. One second. Trying to find it. Summit used to sell so there was an NX kit. We've thrown the idea around of having our fabricator make the GT40 plate. Donnie B, I'm telling you, that thing would still sell. The Explorer intakes aren't going anywhere anytime soon. I honestly think that you could sell that kit all day. So you're telling me that, Frogman, you're telling me that the old solenoids, I could get rid of the old solenoids if they go bad or whatever? What's up, Gearhead 704? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the congrats. You know, here's another good content creator. His stuff's on fire, man. His editing skills are beyond mine. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to other Fox Body channels, make sure you go check out Gearhead 704. Much like Donnie B and G-Funk Express, I said earlier, just the 91LX is back in the business. I think he's doing a little bit with his coupe. I've been watching the Infamous Project and Demon Fox whenever he posts stuff. And of course, my dude Brutal and Foxcast, of course. So, Fox Body Nation. Oh, I've also watched 417 and Blue Collar on his painting stuff. He painted his car, but he loaded the last video on private. How you feel about Turbo Setups eBay sales on Fox Body? Honestly, I wouldn't even touch anything on eBay. The cheapest you're going to want to go is On 3. You know what I mean? And they're cheap enough. I've been wanting to do CX Racing for a long time, but I don't really like the way their kit design is. But it'd be super interested to put On 3 versus CX Racing. But I don't have an engine dyno like Rich does. Rich Holdner. That would be really cool to see who was faster. Is it expensive to build the mod? Matt Fonte, is it expensive to build the mod motors? Maybe I should save up for Yodi. Yes. Mod motors are really expensive to build. They're probably, it's almost cheaper to go Coyote. TBH. Donnie, when you do Heritage gear set in the V1s, do you do it in-house? How much timing we're running on Hot Wheels? 16 degrees total timing. We would go to, we stayed at 16, but we did better fuel, more boost. Hot Wheels was crazy. We're about to surpass Hot Wheels with Dad's car. I mean, I did Hot Wheels on a completely bone stock motor. I did rebuild it, of course, and I flipped the pistons. Jody Clintsworth. Have you ever machined, poured it, and polished a stock intake? No. If anything, if you did anything to a stock intake, to be honest with you, I guess you could do a little bit of port work, but stock intake's only going to flow so much air anyways. So you could cheat and port E7 heads, and you could port stock intake, but I would definitely not do any of that unless I would not put any money into it unless you already had the skill hand to do it. You know what I mean? Gearhead 7, what's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? So you have a CX Racing kit on yours, Save 6? You need to notch the frame for CX Racing. I knew there was something. I knew there was something that I wasn't interested in doing. What's up, JPP? Welcome to the channel. At Gearhead, GT40s, GPP, what's up, dude? That's right, that's right. So, make sure you guys hit that like when you come in here. Helps me and the channel grow, continue to grow. JK, any good stock replacement pistons that I need to rebalance that you know of? I don't need a bore, but my 93 with hypers and I want to upgrade to forged. Just buy the stock pistons. Find a cheap motor somewhere that somebody's selling 8792. I mean, it'll say TRW in the bottom of the piston. I wouldn't do any replacements. If you're not boring it, hyper-eutectics are fine. You could throw 10 or 12, 15 pounds of boost at them. I mean, it all depends about your tune. Now, keep in mind, if you're looking for a specific piston, like I said earlier, Fox body pistons, rods and cap, are the same weight as a hyper-eutectic, so you won't have to balance anything. So if you fry the piston, you can just find either or. You can mix and match. It works. What's up from Pennsylvania? What's up, Chris Hot Rod? Blue Collar Kretz, you hear the exhaust I'm working on? Whoop. I got seat problems here. What in the world? So I didn't mean to start the channel. I didn't mean to start the live stream on the channel too early tonight, but I do have a prior engagement at 8. So I usually start at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and we usually run it. So I do apologize for starting the channel or starting the live stream a little early tonight, because I know it doesn't allow for, you know, too many people to come in, especially on the West Coast. It's probably a little hard, but the CX Racing DS header is crap. You know what? I mean, they all have their issues. JPB. So 302 with 9 pounds of boost from a Vortec. 306 with 9 pounds of boost. I hear leave it 302. Just leave it 302. If you don't have to bore your shit, don't bore it. Flip your pistons if you want. I did it. I've done it on every engine I built for the last 5 years. You don't have to flip your pistons either. Hone it out, ring it, wear it in, put new cam bearings, send it. Cam rod bearings, main bearings, make sure you got the right oil clearance. Don't ever, ever, ever overthink your build. You can make power on a junkyard motor like I'm doing with Dad's car and literally make fun power till you pop a head gasket and then worry about it. Master Power, it saves sick, dude. I'm in on the Master Power. When I was running 1020s, 10 teens with this car with a stock bottom N302, GT40 heads and intake in a stock cam, I went 10 teens full weight at Quaker down in PA. Or, yeah, Quaker City Raceway. I can't remember how they say it. But that was with a Master Power 70 millimeter turbo. Right. Doesn't the CX Racing kit have that one tube that comes like all the way up? It's kind of obnoxious. Definitely need to pull it and look at it though. Keep kicking the camera. 12.6 at 6 PSI. Turn that bitch up. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, if you pull the 302, look, JPP, check it out. My dad's motor, like I was telling earlier, the story, was a junkyard motor / parts motor that we had sitting around. We knew it ran good. We knew nothing about it. We knew it wasn't built or anything. We put that thing in my dad's car. We didn't overthink anything. We just cleaned it, we painted it, put it in my dad's car. He drove it around for a while. And then I started doing all that shit to it in March, April because I needed some content for the channel. So I'm like, you know what? I'm still a stock bottom end channel at heart. So let's just start beating up dad's car. So we started doing all that work to it. Here's the problem is, I don't know. I can't tell you how many times I pulled a motor apart and it had almost perfect rod main bearings and good rings. And I said to myself, God bless it. Why'd I do that? Pitsky, how much will long tubes give me over 1 5/8 ceramic shoteries? What's your thought on inch? Okay, so I did read it. Pitsky, you will gain some horsepower on long tubes, for sure, just because of the flow and tune of the exhaust. Does that make any sense? Do not go 1 3/4 on your headers at all, unless you have bigger heads. Like if you're GT40 or stock bottom end 302, whatever, just stay 1 5/8. Step into 1 3/4 if you go, you know, mild stroker or even 351 stuff. You see what I'm saying? Any experience with B&G turbo kits? Heard it's a long way. Yes, Brian is a master at his craft, but you will have to wait. If you guys remember, I showed you that kit over there with, with Big Dog Fab. Same thing. He does turbo kits and tube chassis, and it's not the only thing he does. But Brian does take his time. He has his template. He does take his time. He uses good mild steel and stainless. I don't know the dude personally, but I know his B&G kits are nothing to piss at, man. My local track closed. I wish I knew what my car would run. You're welcome, JPP. Check this out. Like, you pull that motor, you pull the head off or whatever. You hear me? Like, the one thing you're going to want to remember is I pulled so many motors apart that I probably shouldn't have. So bear with me on the camera here, boys. I'm going to take you over here. So you can see I got Dad's 88 Mustang motor. And if you watch the last video that we were messing with, this is his numbers matching original motor. And I don't even know why I took the damn thing apart, but I did. But JPP, you're going to want to, check your ledge. Clean these. There's always carbon here from the detonation, not detonation, but from the burn. So clean your lips. Check these out for ridges. You see what I mean? That's a good telltale sign that the motor still has pretty good rings in it. If you can see a nice clean hatch for the most part, and you don't have a big lip, it's probably a good motor. Now this motor we took apart. Was fucking nasty. But every bearing in this motor, not one of them was showing copper. They were all clean. They were nice. And I was kind of sad that I even took the damn thing apart, to be honest with you. So I hope that helps you out a little bit, JPP. And bear with me as I put the camera back. All right. Just got off the rollers, put 560, 516. Nice, David. That's good power, bro. Friend, I just bought a Pony Down kit. Pony Down's a pretty good kit too, I heard. What is the best cooling fan for a big Windsor with electric water pump? Just run contour fans, dual contour fans on dual relays. It saves sick. He just brought it from Pony Down. Okay. What is your thoughts on an oil separator on an NA motor. Also 160, always run 180 thermostat. I don't like running anything lower than 180 because then your fan's always on and the motor's always trying to keep up. 180 is a good number. Thought on the oil separator? Well, are you talking about like a catch can? Or are you talking about like an inline oil separator on the fuel oil system? I definitely need extra work in my plate. I'll get you, man. Just check your block out. Pull a cap. Flip it over on the stand. Pull a cap. You see what I mean? Pull a cap on like pull number 1. And take it, torque it back down. Pull your rear main one. Clean it, torque it back down. If your bearings look pretty good, just leave it the fuck alone. I appreciate you, Carlos from New York, with a super chat. Yes, I do like to break shit. I'll take any dollar and go break it. G-Funk, I had a lit machine shop guys. Someone was in there and didn't know what they were doing. He bored smooth 30. Yeah. So when you start, that's like a telltale sign. I'm giving you guys like entry level motor back tree shade mechanic backyard knowledge. When you pop a head off, look at your, you're going to have antifreeze in your cylinders anyways because that's just the way it is when you pop your head off. Clean it all out, check your cross hatches and check your lips. You got to clean the lips though. You know what I mean? Because there's a bunch of carbon there. But if you got a nice little lip, you'll feel it. That's a telltale sign that cylinder's kind of egg-shaped or out of shape. That one right there, that motor I just showed you, damn me for opening that thing up. Yep, I know what that is. Okay. What boost did it take at high temp pass? What boost did it take? It's safe 6. So you're talking about Project Hot Wheels? Or you're talking about Black Car? Because I've done more with less on both cars. Oh, you talk. So Hot Wheels went a 1092, and then Cousin Paul followed it up with a 1093. And both times it was with a stock T5. We had a built axle in it, like we did with. We had a built axle in it, like we did in Dad's car. We were on about 15 pounds, 14.8. We weren't pissing around. 16 total degrees timing, but I ran some good go juice in it that day. Now I have a drain in my when you do a fucking wire mod, do yourself a favor. Even if you never plan on racing the car, cut a hole in the bottom of that tank, and if you're good at welding, weld the bung in there. If not, go have somebody do it. Trust me, put a drain in your tank. That way, I'm a kind of casual racer, but I race a lot, and I'm always spending the extra money. 110, 112, good fuel is just cheap insurance on your boosted shit. You can push your stuff to another limit using good quality race fuel. You can get it at the pump at some of these stations for like $8 a gallon. Now I'm talking about E85, because E85 is a good fuel too, but it has its demons as well. And it's kind of a corrosive type of fuel, and you don't want to even mess with it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you're building a stock block, stock bottom end, boost, nitrous, whatever you want to run some damn good fuel with it if you're going to go race it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I say, run a drain, because you can drain all your fuel out. All right. Let me freaking start over. Check it out. So, one of the main things that we do with racing is we always have a drain in our tank. I have a sump in this one, and I have a sump in my white car. Project Hot Wheels got this is old tank, which had a bung that I got from freaking Home Depot. I saw a hole in it. I put a little bung in there, and I welded the bung, and I put a cap on it. Every time we would go race, on a Wednesday or even on a Saturday, I would put 6 or 8 gallons of race fuel in the car. We would race, whatever fuel was left, I'd probably put 2 or 3 more gallons in it at the track. That way, when we brought it home in the lift, we would take all the race fuel out of it, and we would put 93 pump gas in it, change the tune real quick, one click of a button, and we would drive the shit out of it around town. We'd put the cutout back in. So that was kind of like the race stuff that we did. So I kind of went on a tangent with it, but race fuel is like it makes some of my dumb decisions last longer. I appreciate you, JP. Hot Wheels, I think, was 14 or 15. It was 15 PS, just under. Boomer Stang, thanks for the $1 tip, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate the congrats on 10K. I appreciate you watching the channel. Clay Zentz, what's up? Nice. I ran 13 pounds on mine, usually tuned at 15. It's sketchy on the street. Let me tell you what, man. Hot Wheels was crazy on the street. Like, it just looked so stock, it wasn't even funny. But you knew it wasn't. So I really kind of want to do, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you know, if you go check out Brutal's channel, he did a video last week, and he did that mod where he cut the H pipe or the Y pipe on the on 3 kit, and he's got that boost referenced. Wow, what is that? Gate opener, or what? I don't even know what it's even called. But it opens up the exhaust, lets it flow but when you're not under boost, it runs through the mufflers. I knew that was there. I knew there was stuff out there like that, but I just never did it. I hard mounted with rubber my exhaust, and then I had that 12-inch slip piece for the on 3 kit. We would just take it out, and we would run open down pipe, and when we were done racing, we would just put it back in and be done with it. Pitsky, I've never heard gasket matching is not the way to go. I was told port matching. I wouldn't even get into port matching and gasket matching and all that shit unless you're trying to achieve a really high horsepower goal. That's good frame of mind right there. Like, people might call me an idiot for that, but I'm going to be honest with you. Don't keep it stupid simple, Pitsky. Chris Hot Rod, plus race fuel smells great. Absolutely. Dan, I just bought a VS Racing 78. Man, that thing's going to fly. Pat, you're already too fast in that black budget baller coupe. Congrats on 10K. I appreciate you, Justin91LX. Here's another guy in the channel, guys. If you haven't had a chance, he's got some good content. I think he's up to almost 7,000 subs. But Justin91LX is messing around with his coupe. I think he was putting together his trans wiring harness or his console tonight. So make sure you check out his channel if you get an opportunity to do that. Lots of good content. And he's Holly Terminator X guy. I run E85 with no issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that E85 is bad fuel because that's still my fuel. But like for some of these stock bottom end guys, is basically what I'm kind of gearing towards, Justin. It's the race fuel. You know, it's the race fuel is like the moderator of turning shit up past what it should be. And you know, if it's not tuned E85, you know that's a whole nother animal. So Frogman, need an 85, 86 T-top driver's door with manual windows. Man, that's a unicorn, Frogman. JPP, race fuel ain't cheap either. You're right. That's why we always take it out. JPP, we always take our race fuel. That's why I was just telling you to put that cheap ass little drain in it. So if you do my wiring mod on the 340 hanger, you got the damn tank, take the damn tank out anyways. You know, dump your fuel out or put it in a container, wash it out with water, cut a hole, weld a damn bung in there, have yourself a drain. You know, you want to get serious? Put 10 gallons of race fuel in it. You're done getting serious? Jag it up in the back, put it back in its container, put your 93 back in. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but, you know, you're not burning $50 or $9, $10 freaking gallon, you know, fuel, but, you know, it's running better. You can add more timing. You can add more boost. It's the moderator. I still have pony wheels on mine. I'm out. See you later, Smurfit. JPP, I'm checking out. Thanks for everything. Hey, JPP, I'll see you soon. I appreciate you. I'm sorry if I missed your message. David Crow, night Neon, put the newborn to bed. All right, man. I'll see you soon, David. I appreciate you. I have a Mega Squirt plug and play on mine. Mega Squirt's pretty good. It's pretty user friendly. Pitsky, I've been thinking about two-step MSD to make launches consistent. Any thoughts on that? All right, so I'm a foot pedal guy, so there's nothing wrong with the two-step. It'll definitely make it more consistent, but like the way I tune with binary, I have to take out so much timing at that very specific RPM, so I won't load the motor up. So when I launch, I guess if you're gonna be able to tune your two-step in, it's stick shift, right? Then you won't have too much of a problem. If you can use two-step, use it. Robert Kretz, good to see you. Found 351 I wanted. VP Octanium works well. Yeah, hey, anything's better than nothing. Congratulations on 10K. I appreciate that, Frogman. I appreciate that, Hitman. Hey, what's up, Robert Kent? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with the analytics. Oh, there they are. Hello. All right. Austin Zinke, 10 million. Okay. What's up, Chunkback Jim? I'm building a 408 with my 91 coupe that will get turbo down the road. Any heads up into what I'm getting into? Well, first of all, Austin, the 408 is going to be a monster to begin with. So it's going to run fast, it's going to run strong, it's going to have a lot of power and torque. If you're going to plan on doing turbo down the road, I wouldn't go crazy with compression. Try to keep the compression down to around mid-10s-ish. You know, don't go overboard with all the high compression parts. Build it for turbo, but have it good enough to be NA. That's what I did with the 363. I was going to build it for turbo. We have a turbo NA cam in it. Not that that's even in the same sentence, but it's good enough to be a good turbo cam, and it's good enough to be an NA cam, and that's the way we custom built it because we weren't sure what we were going to do with it. So we decided to just keep the 363, you know, NA. We'll go shoot some nitrous. Nitrous works on everything. We don't give a damn. So kind of keep that in mind with your 408. Try to keep the compression lower. My Buick runs 20 PSI on VP, 7.1 in the 8th. Nice. Let's talk cheap brakes. I've been looking for junk 94, 95 to steal them from. Listen, and I think Foxcast's latest videos, I think he went on a junkyard run or something like that. You just need to follow that same pattern. Like, and there's a reason why these guys vlog that shit, because you don't have to get it from a GT. You can get it from a V6. Cheap brake mods, bro, it don't matter if the SN, you want to stay 94, 95 because it's easier on the Fox. But the front brakes, the calipers, the rotors, the hub, all that shit's the same on V8 as it is on V6. Including, but not limited to, your rear brake calipers, the rear brake moan bracket, and caliper bracket, which you can fit on your 8.8 Fox body axle. That's one hell of a mod that a lot of people don't know about, is you can actually cut the SN95 rear bracket, caliper bracket, and fit it over the end of the 8.8, bolt it on the backside of the 4 bolt, and you can install a cheap rotor from Rock Auto and the brakes that you got from the, you know, the hard part of that whole scenario is the brake booster and the proportioning valve, and, you know, making sure that you got enough, of those two, adjustable and stuff. So Do you ever index your plugs? I'm looking to anything to make my car faster. No, not really. Andrew, hey Neo, do you think I should run a Cobra booster when converting a rear disc? If you can, yes. I'm doing the ATS front brakes with 111.65 rotors. I know I need a proportioning valve in a 93 Cobra. Yes, I would change the booster if you can. Matthew Font, but the V6 right. It has the same brake calipers. It has the same brake rotors. Well, you'll need a 4-lug rotor if you're a 4-lug car, which I'm pretty sure you can use from a turbo coupe or a 93 Mustang. Turbo coupe 70s, 87, 88. So V6, it don't matter on an SN. Actually, the V6 3.8 T5, that's behind the motor in a 94, 95 V6. They are the same exact transmissions, minus the top plate and front input shaft that they had in 86 to 89 in a V8 GT. Same cluster, same gears. Can I run 93 pump gas with 347, 10 and 9.1? I probably wouldn't. I would definitely consider putting some Torco. Brutal has a lot of, actually not just him, but Bustane and Torco and stuff. I heard that you could put some of that stuff in and at least run something like that, an additive of some sort. Mike S., can I, oh, good night, Pitsky. Appreciate you coming and supporting the channel. Can you run a Ranger axle in a Fox? Yes, driver only. Passenger. 2 passengers. Because the Ranger axle is 29 and 3/16, which is, no, it's, the Ranger axle is 29 and a quarter. The Fox axle is 29 and 3/16, which, if you know your metrics, that's nothing. So, I think it's 2 passenger axles. Congrats on 10K sub. I appreciate you, Gregory. On our way to 20K. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. 10K was the first feat. It's another tier. G-Funk, Justin, yes, I believe you have to use 2 drivers. I can't remember which side it was. You got to use one side or the other, but I thought it was passenger. Did you know you could get an aluminum drive shaft out of an Aerostar? There's actually, how many of you guys remember Corral.net? I'm still on it, but I don't really mess with their site too much because there's too many ads and shit flying around. There is a junkyard horsepower thread on there that was probably the biggest thread that they've ever had. And there's some really cool information on that stuff. And I'm going to start kind of spitting that out on my channel soon. Stuff that you guys just need to know. And I think if I put it here on YouTube, you know, in a series, that I could actually, you know, make some good content for you guys that are, you know, that don't know where that stuff's at. Yeah, you didn't know that, G-Funk? You could use an Aerostar van. You know that piece of shit van? You could use an Aerostar drive shaft in a Fox body. Have you used P600B Pro Charger before? If you do, what do you think? Sell it and get a turbo kit. Because P600B is a driver's side mount. So that means you can't run power steering. That is the only fucking reason why I had to run a manual rack in my white card, because the original motor was a 306 and I had a P600B on like 12 pounds of boost that ended up twisting the oil shaft up like a freaking Twizzler and losing all oil and ruining the motor. But I hated it because the P600B took up the whole damn side of the driver's side, so I didn't have power steering. Congrats on 10K, John Williams. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, I got you. I've never heard Ranger and Aerostar stuff swap over. Hey, let me tell you what, brother. Ranger and Aerostar are the axles, but The axles that I broke in Dad's car at 300 horsepower were Ranger axles. So are they stronger than Fox body axles? I don't think so. Because I went 1090s on stock axles in this, pulled them out, and they were still in good condition. They weren't twisted. You're welcome, Matthew Birch. Who makes a good setup to get the alternator down low out of the way? That's a March thing, I think. March pulleys. Oh, Robert Kritz. I always, every motor I build, I do not put the stock fucking oil pump drive shaft in. Do not. No. I think the ARP one's like 12 bucks. That ain't twisting. What do we got? Got about another 5 minutes or so. Had a nice little bit longer of a stream today. Yeah, always. I don't care if it's a stock bottom end build, dude. I do not care what, even if you pop, listen, if you pop your motor over like JPP was talking about, and you decide not to rebuild it and send it, and you have the opportunity to change it, that's probably one of the most emergency things that you should change in your block. Rear main seal, if you get an opportunity to change it, you do it. And this is another one. You oil pump drive shaft. Clay Zentz, I appreciate you. Good night, Frogman, I appreciate you. That's all right, Blue Collar. That's all right. There'll be more live streams, bro, man. Gregory Jowers. And on the oil pump shaft, make sure the retainer clip is south. That's correct. So it doesn't come up out of the block. Good night. Good night is Save 6. Good luck with that CX Racing. Get into the 10 soon, huh? Am I getting back on before Christmas? I might live stream Christmas Eve. Don't hold me to that because I don't have my kids Christmas Eve. So I might pop on because I might be bored. I'm going to be spending it with my family a little bit. But it might be a little bit later on in the evening. I don't know what you guys do. Definitely will be on next Sunday at least. I don't know if I'm going to pop a live stream or if I'm going to actually release a video. I'm not real sure. Dude, that's the creeper van, Carlos. Little Aerostar, bro. The mini creeper van. I don't hate on it, though. My buddy OD greened it with a spray can and used to run used to run the Thompson bracket racing and would win like every week because the damn van would run like a 16.8 every time he went down the track. He had some stickers just lined up in his shop from that stupid van. What's up, Grease Monkey? Good evening, all. I just got here. What's up, Gary? I'll live stream Christmas night. Why not? G-Funk, I know you gonna live stream Christmas night, son. I actually live streamed a couple Fridays, if you noticed, and I didn't mean to because I know you like to hit that up, and once in a while, Gearhead likes to hit it up on Friday nights. But Saturday nights, I'm surprised nobody hits Saturday nights. I usually, when live streams come on, that other content creators that I follow, I usually just, I'll try to engage as much as I can, but then I'll at least leave it playing. You know what I mean? That way he gets the watch time. So it's kind of just the professional thing for me to do. If I'm not doing anything and I'm actively doing something else and I can't sit there and watch the live stream, I'll at least let it play. You know what I mean? Austin Zelke, is there a way you can reach you and you're not live streaming if we have some questions? Yeah, hey, I'm on Instagram. It's on every one of my videos on my intro. I'm on Instagram at Neomustangs. I am on Facebook at Neomustangs.restorations, or just look up Neomustangs on Fox Body Restoration. I have a Facebook business page. Make sure you guys go follow that if you get an opportunity. Obviously, Instagram, people hit me all the time. I got an email. I think I have it in my description below, or if not, it's on my About Me and my channel. So there's ways to get a hold of me for sure. What's up, Frank Stangs? Hey, speaking of which, Frank Stangs, where are you located, and are you interested in doing a Terminator bumper? Andrew, could you make a video on how to tune a quarter horse or mega squirt? There's so many things. I would make you fall asleep on the things that you got to look for in binary editor. It's ridiculous. Like, it would be even difficult for us to do a entry-level binary editor. You know what I mean? With quarter horse. The mega squirt thing is more user-friendly, and it's a little bit easier, but binary editor is not for the faint-hearted. However, there's a website that says, I think it's EFI something, DIY EFI or something. There is a site that teaches you how to do binary editor. Mike S., congratulations on 10K. You got awesome channel. What rear gear would you recommend in a Ford's 347 roller? 373. Andrew, could you make a video on how to tune? Okay, I already said that. I might have to make a weekly thing to go live for you. You should, Justin. Listen, let me explain something to you. Nothing is better if you're going to create a channel in our niche genre, which we have. I think, and I'm really passionate about the fact that you got to interact with your audience as much as you can. Now, even at 10K subs, it's not overwhelming, but I'm sure some of the higher sub guys that have car channels, it's hard to keep up with chat. See what I mean? Like, you have to stop chat, and I've already got an 8-second delay, so when people ask me something, sometimes I don't even get a chance to talk to them about it. You know what I mean? So live chat, live feed is really a good idea because it'll help you engage with your audience and the people that actually care about your channel. Plus, it helps your analytics on YouTube. Yeah, I was going to say that. Leech Motorsports has good moats videos as well, Donnie B. Jason Miller. Hey there from Ontario. I appreciate it. What's up, Jason? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Tuner Studios, another one's pretty easy to work with. I'm planning on running the 408 with the Holley Terminator. Holley Terminator X is probably your best bet. It's pretty user-friendly, and it's its own system. It's the ECU, the map bar sensor, which I think you have to buy extra, all the harness stuff, everything plugs and plays. And Justin 91LX has been running for a while. G-Funk, Silverback 69 goes live Saturday night. I was on with him. We had one of our subs from New Zealand. He was showing us his Barra cars and an old Ford Perfect. Nice. Facebook Marketplace is the best. I picked up a ton of parts and great price. That's right. I appreciate you, Gearhead 704, coming in with a $10 super chat. Appreciate you. 10K subs, and your channel's on fire, bro. Your editing skills, dude. I'm sorry I stole your bloopers idea. If you didn't already see it in the last video, Cousin Fred was sitting right here. He's just like, there was a couple things I said that I left off of the video, which was funnier than shit. But I was trying to teach him how to hold the camera and bring it in. And I just was getting frustrated. I was like, 3 times I set the header down. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? But I appreciate your skills. I appreciate you and Matt at Fox Resto. If you guys need anything, you got me on my cell phone. You got me on my Instagram. Make sure you go check out Gearhead 704 right here in your super chat. If you haven't had a chance to go subscribe to his channel, because his shit is fire. We steal from each other. You know what? The bloopers thing just makes it look, listen, when you're editing and you're videoing, when you're trying to vlog with YouTube, it's kind of crazy because it's like there's so much funny shit that I could put on YouTube, but I don't want people to think I'm just a big clown. And I guess that's kind of who I am. I always like to make people laugh. So I'm going to try to add little bloopers to my videos if I see them, if I get them. There's always bloopers when I go to the dyno because the mad scientists and the Irishmen are always acting the fools. So, Neo, but yours too, I'm sure. What's the combo if I've missed it? What are we talking about, Bill James? I stole my intro clip. Bring on the funny. Yes, Nathan Tuck, I will do that. I definitely have some, listen. It's going to be at the end of the bloopers, and I don't want to actually, what the hell is in my ear? I don't want to actually, like, ruin the blooper, but my buddy brought up women and mopeds. Does anybody know what that is? My editing is good. My mechanic skills. And you let a girl drive stick shift. What, are you crazy? I'm just kidding. What's your horsepower goals in a 408, Dan? All of it. No, to be honest with you, the 408, if the 408 in the end on Ignite Red doesn't make 800 wheel, I'm setting it on fire. I only say that because G-Funk's in the channel. He wanted to set his car on fire because he was so bad at it. I was kidding. So, the Irishman looks at me. He goes, I don't even know if I'm even allowed to say this joke. He made a comment about moped and women. That's all I'm going to say. And then my buddy Mustang Mike looks at me and said, bro, I'm down with 10s. I like 10. I like all my women as 10s. It's just 5 at 2. It's like, what? It's just, that's the shit I got to deal with, man. It's awesome. DK, I got you. Next 10 days off, big progress in car. Let's get it done. Yes, sir. Anyways, I have a prior engagement to get to here shortly, folks. So if you haven't already and you're interested in joining the channel, MCN channel, this is my membership. If you're interested in some t-shirts, I got them here. You guys, I want to get real with you real quick. And I'm gonna leave the chat alone. Getting to 10,000 subs was something that I never thought I would do. And I'm going to be honest with you, if it wasn't for you guys and your watch time and your subscriptions, you know, in the engagement and the comments and just building my own little audience and community, there's no way I would have ever achieved that. And YouTube nowadays, with everybody doing it, that's a difficult task to do. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I know I speak for Cousin Fred, Cousin Paul, and even for the Irishman and Dave Dalkey, the mad scientist, and my buddy Mike, that, you know, we all very much appreciate everything that you've done for us, because without you guys, the channel doesn't do anything. So I wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, that I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your cars, and I appreciate your time that you put into them, and I appreciate you spending the extra little bit of time that you have to watch some of the stuff that I put out, and even to come in the live streams and hang out, let alone give me money. So I appreciate all you guys. I wanted to say that. I wanted you guys to have a Merry Christmas. Spend it with your families. I may live stream a little bit, but remember, it's about the families. And the Fox bodies are like a family thing too. So I appreciate all you guys. I'm gonna kind of end it there. And yeah. So that's, let me get back in. I was just laughing. Now I got all serious on you. I appreciate you, Jeffrey. So again, I want to say, you know, we actually surpassed the likes versus the amount of viewers. If you get an opportunity to check out Gearhead 704, Brutal, Foxcast Media, Demon Fox, Justin 91LX, Donnie B, God, who am I missing? The Infamous Project. Some of these guys I don't even know. You know, it's about the, you know, 417 Fox, blue collar Fox. Guys, Merry Christmas and check out this content while you can. This is where car stuff's going. And I just appreciate all y'all. So I'm going to end it there. I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas.